Excited today. I'm excited every day. You're gonna need roughly, if you're piano with a muffin pan. Hey guys. Oh, I'm gonna behave myself. Vegan. When you spray your muffins, your rolls, and that's gonna also jeopardize the integrity of your rolls. Oh, yeah, that's good. Like that, but you are going to need either a food processor or you're going to, not only that, there's more. There's absolutely more. One more time, and then it doesn't matter, whatever. One more time. One more time. Hi guys, and welcome back to another online gluten-free vegan and for some, oh my god, this is gonna be great. Hi guys, and welcome back to another online gluten-free vegan recipe from yours truly, the Heathen Vegan. As always, before I start off with what we're doing and how we're doing it, I'd like to take a quick minute to thank you guys for taking time out of your day, for taking time out of what you're doing to watch my videos, for leaving comments and likes, and for most of all, becoming subscribers. So for those of you that are new to the channel, I do hope that you guys end up sticking around and you guys end up becoming subscribers also. But I'm excited today because I'm going to show you guys how to make a really super easy, quick recipe. As always in all as always with all my videos, I really do try to incorporate ingredients that you can get quite accessibly with minimal amount of work and time for these to be prepped. And I always try to make sure that I find products and recipes that are good for you and that's good for the planet, and that tastes, if not exactly like mainstream food products, but relatively close, so that even if you're not trying to make the transition to becoming a complete vegan, but you are trying to be more health conscious in the things that you consume, becoming more aware of the ingredients that are in your food and your products, and you're trying to make better choices for a healthier lifestyle. You know, this is what this channel is really about. Let's get into our video. Oh yeah, wait, I got one more thing before we get into it. I mean, we all know this is a new channel, and I'm learning as I go, and I'm trying different formats. So this video is going to have a little bit of a different format from any of the previous videos. And I value your guys' input. I value your guys' opinion and your advice when it comes to making these videos, because I have you guys in mind when I'm doing this. I have you guys in mind when I'm doing this. So the more input that you guys give me, the more knowledgeable I am as to how to make this a better channel, so that you guys not only continue to watch the videos, but that you start to make the recipes also. So obviously, leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you guys, even if it's just like saying hi or words of encouragement or whatever the case may be. That's cool. That's cool stuff. So anyway, what you are gonna need for our Brazilian cheese bread recipe, it's really simple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ingredients. You're gonna need 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ingredients. And if you decide to make the jalapeno style, then 6. And it's nothing complicated. You're gonna need 1 egg. And if you're gonna make this gluten-free and vegan, I like to use Energy Egg Replacer. I've been using Energy Egg Replacer for the past 25 years. Their egg substitutes are really good if you're gonna bake. If you're gonna do a lot of baked goods, they're really good for breads. They're really good for cakes, cookies, pie crust, whatever you're gonna use as far as baking goes. Energy Egg Replacer is really good. There's other brands of vegan eggs out there that you can use as substitutions, like Bob's Red Mill has an egg. Their egg, as far as baking goes, for me, because I'm so used to Energy Egg Replacer, isn't that great. But their egg is really good if you want to do fried. If you want to batter things to fry things up, like if you want to do a battered fried vegan chicken steak, or if you want to do onion rings or hot cherry peppers, their egg is really good for those type of things. But that's a different story for a different video. That gives me an idea. Maybe I can make a video of ingredients and products and what they're good for and how to use them. If you guys think that's a good idea, definitely leave me a comment and let me know if you would like to see me make a video where I talk about different products that I know of and how I know how to use them. In addition to that, you're also going to need a 1/4 cup of oil. I'm going to use extra virgin olive oil. You can use any oil that you choose, whatever oil that you do choose, just make sure that it's a quarter of a cup. You're also going to need 2/3 of a cup of milk. Doing this non-dairy, you're going to need either obviously soy milk, cashew milk, almond milk, oat, yeah. And I'm sure there's a whole slew of other non-dairy milks out there that I don't even know of. But whatever it is that you choose for your non-dairy milk, you have to make sure that it's unsweetened, because if you get sweetened, it's gonna totally compromise the whole integrity and the composition of the Brazilian cheese bread. And if you're like me, you don't really like a lot of sugar, you're going to be able to taste it and you're not going to enjoy this recipe whatsoever. So make sure that it's unsweetened. And we'll say unsweetened, and then boom, 2/3. Also need 1.5 cups of tapioca flour. Tapioca flour, tapioca starch, those are exactly the same. So if you're at the store, you can get this at Stop & Shop, you can get this at Big Y, you can get this at any of your big box stores. You're gonna need 1.5 cups. I've already taken the liberty of seasoning my tapioca flour. You, on the other hand, you don't have to season it. I just like to season it. So in my tapioca flour, I did put salt and pepper. I did put garlic and onion powder, and I also put in some chives. You're gonna need roughly about 1 cup of cheese. If you're doing this non-dairy, any type of vegan non-dairy cheese that you would prefer will work. I'm gonna use Vitalife's Just Like Feta cheese, and I'm only using this cheese because of the fact that I bought this a little bit. I bought this a little while ago, and it was just sitting in my fridge, and I didn't want it to go to waste. You know, I thought it was about to reach its expiration date, and so it comes in a block. You can use this for various other recipes. I took it and I shredded it. I have roughly 1 cup. It's super easy to shred. It's very pliable. So that's all of the ingredients that we need to make the Brazilian cheese bread. I am going to put a little bit of spice into some of them. So I did grate a whole jalapeno pepper, which I'll make separately. Which, I mean, with this, I'll make separately, because this right here should yield you about 12 rolls. And with that being said, you are going to need to preheat your oven to 400. You will also need a standardized muffin pan, container, whatever this is. You'll need one of these right here. And you're going to want to grease this. Now the thing is though too, is you need to be careful when you grease your muffin tins, because of the fact that this is going to be gluten-free and vegan. You have to make sure that because you do have to grease it first of all, but you have to make sure that when you grease this, that you grease it lightly, because if you put too much grease on here, if you grease this too much, it's going to bubble in to the rolls, and then therefore they're not going to have that light flaky texture that we're aiming for here, and it's going to kind of actually ruin the whole shebang. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually use spray canola. I'm going to lightly spray things, and then when we get to this part of the video, I'll let you know how to work that. For ease of access, this is not a necessity, but to make this recipe go quicker and to make this recipe blend a little bit smoother, you are going to need, or want to use, I should say, either a food processor or a blender just to put the ingredients in. So now that we have been through all this, let's get on to making our Brazilian cheese bread. Alright guys, so what we're going to do first is you're going to grease our muffin tins. Like I mentioned earlier, just make sure that you don't over grease them. A couple little sprays here and there. If you don't have a spray, that's fine. Just if you're using a vegan butter, or if you're going to use oil, just make sure that you grease it very, very lightly. I'm going to put all of my ingredients in one bowl. This is going to yield you 12 of these rolls. So I'm going to put in my jalapenos after I get my 6 regular Brazilian cheese rolls. I'm going to start with my dry ingredients, my tapioca, flour, and my cheeses. Real quick is I'm just going to give my tapioca flour and my cheeses a quick little I guess, for lack of better words. And I'm going to add my egg. Oh my god, this smells so fragrant. I I now have all my ingredients in my food processor, and I'm going to blend it until it's well mixed, and then I'm going to start to pour it into my muffin tins. Guys, as you can see, I have everything in my food processor. I'm gonna blend this up real quick in here, stopping here and there, stopping momentarily here and there to actually scrape the sides down. So really what I'm doing, excuse me. So really what I'm doing is I'm pretty much just pulsing it. I'm gonna take the top off just to make sure that I got these sides scraped down. I'm going to continue to do this for about another 30 seconds to a minute so that my ingredients are really blended in together. It's also going to help in chopping up the cheese so that when this is baking, it's more of a, I guess for lack of a better word, a blended community, and it will hopefully make all of the ingredients that we have accentuate each other, instead of one being more overbearing and more overpowering than the other. Honestly, it's a shame that you guys aren't in the kitchen with me right now because this smells so aromatic. It's just like, it smells really, really good. So I'm gonna let this shake off. I'm gonna put in, so now when you go and do your batter, as with like muffins, you're gonna wanna just fill it up roughly about half because this will rise. It should rise anyway as you bake it. So after I get my first 6 of my regular, how do you say regular? Is there another word for regular? Should I Google this? So after I get my first 6 Brazilian cheese bread dough balls into my pans, I'm gonna then put my jalapenos in. I'm not gonna use the food processor to it. I've already grated them. They should be good enough. And I'll put those in for the remaining 6. Now you can do this a variety of ways. I'm just gonna use my spatula, pour it in, so that it's roughly almost at half full in each little container. Alright, I got my 6 in. What I like to do too is, I mean, it's been so long since I've actually used regular gluten flour that I know with gluten-free flour, if I give it a quick couple of shakes, all the air bubbles that are inside of the flour itself when I poured it, they come up to the top, and therefore the dough itself gets to bake with a better consistency. So now I'm going to put in my jalapenos. I'm going to give these guys a quick mix. Oh, I'm excited. Yes. And then I'm going to pour these guys in here. And what I'm going to do now is we're going to put these in the oven, and we're going to let these guys bake for 20 minutes. I like to put my timer on because sometimes I space out and I forget what I'm doing. Alright guys, here's our gluten-free, vegan, Brazilian cheese bread. This one right here is the one that I put jalapenos in, as you can see the green tint in it. This one is the plain one. They look really good. For the middle, I went and put my own homemade marinara sauce in there. So guys, if you like this video, please leave a like. If you'd like to see more of my online gluten-free vegan kitchen, please subscribe to my channel. And as always, I enjoy hearing comments from you guys. Have a great day, guys, and thanks for tuning in. Till next time, my friends.